New Pokemon cards are revealed, and for each one that I see, I just get blown away by the art every single time. Like, look at this illustration rare for Terapagos EX. Like, how insane is this card? And this is without all the holos and all the fun stuff added to it still. Like, when they end up actually putting it on a card, and I put this in my cool card binder, I can't wait. And for those of you wondering, I do have a binder where I keep all the cards that I think are cool from the Pokemon TCG. I started keeping it maybe a couple of years ago when COVID hit, just because nostalgia hit pretty deep, and I wanted to put cards that I thought were cool into a binder. And I have my Umbreon binder, and then I have a cool card binder that isn't Pokemon. Anyway, my name is Rahul, and today we're going to be looking at some of the new cards revealed from Stellar Miracle. I didn't get a chance to look at everything. I don't think there was a ton revealed because I didn't see a lot of news, so there's probably a handful of cards that were revealed, and I felt like maybe I could wait till more cards are revealed and talk about them, but that would be doing a disservice to you guys. So I just wanted to do it anyway. It might be a short video, so just, hang out with me for a couple minutes and then go on about your day. So it looks like the Terapagos EX is getting this beautiful illustration art. This Hydrapple as well. Like, these cards are absolutely gorgeous. I just am floored by how cool they look. And this Noctowl too. Like, I think these are all really cool looking cards. Big ups to the illustration rares in the contest. This Joltik is also absolutely phenomenal. But there is a new Joltik. The attack is, it's 30 HP, so it's a baby, and it does die to Monkey Dory, so keep that in mind. Is for a battery charge, colorless, search your deck for up to 2 basic grass and basic lightning, and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like, which is pretty insane because it's a 4 energy acceleration on 1 individual attack. So going second with a Joltik just can power up your board completely, which is really crazy. Like, this card seems absolutely insane. Obviously, I don't think there's anything besides maybe this Galvantula that's coming up that can use lightning and grass to this extent, but I don't know. This seems kind of crazy. If there's ever a card that can use, ever a deck that can use both grass types and lightning types to some extent, yeah. Galvantula EX, same Terra concept. It's the crystallization form or whatever it's called. 260 HP, stage 1, so pretty bulky. Fighting weak, which is a fine weakness to have right now. Nothing is really playing fighting types. Lightning colorless, 110 if your opponent's active as an EX or V. It does 110 more damage for lightning colorless. So pretty good, 220. Knocks out most of the baby V Pokemon, which is really good. EXs, I don't think you knock out a ton of them. Actually, you do quite a bit of damage to them, though. Most EXs, I think, are in the ballpark of 240 to 260 on stage 1s. And then 300 and up, or 280 to 330 kind of thing if there is stage 2. So you're not actually one-shotting anything here with Charged Web, unless it's a baby V, which I guess that also phases out with rotation pretty much coming up here. Then for Grass Lightning Fighting, you have Fulgurite. Discard all energy from this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. They can't play any item cards from their hand for 180, which is pretty insane actually. So if you can get Fulgurite off pretty early and hit for 180, you can stop a lot of decks from actually functioning and going through the deck the way they're supposed to. Obviously, this attack gets significantly worse if someone is playing a candy deck and they've already candied out their attackers, or something like POW where their board's already set up, or even Raging Bolt where they just need Sawdust to get going after they've already gotten going. So I guess it depends on how early you can get Fulgurite off, but turn 3 seems like the best, or turn 2, I guess. You get lucky enough with the Joltik into Galvantula. You can get a Fulgurite off, so if your opponent doesn't really pop off on their 2 turns with items, you can really lock them out of the game, but then you have to chain Fulgurites for it to actually matter, and that actually might be difficult because I don't think Galvantula, it's this discard all, so it's okay, I go Joltik, set up 2 guys, attach a fighting, use Fulgurite, then I have to go into the other Galvantula, use Fulgurite with that one as well, attaching a fighting, and now I have no energy left on my board, and I'm in a dire situation where now I have item locked you for 2 turns, and I need to have a follow-up, and if I don't have a follow-up, it's going to be pretty bad. I guess you could play Ogerpon, green Ogerpon, to accelerate and then E-switch, but then you're playing a lot more cards to make this combo, that seems pretty bad. You're pulling this combo that's pretty bad off, while Raging Bolts is just much easier to E-switch onto and pop things. Fido, good smell. Search your deck for basic and put it onto your bench. Stampede colorless. And then we have Dashbun EX, ability full meal time. Once during your turn, you may play this card from your hand to evolve. You may heal all damage from all your evolution Pokemon. If you do, discard all energy attached to each healed Pokemon this way. 1 a shrine, 130 for 2 colorless, and the opponent's active is confused. Weakness metal to retreat. Seems decent. Could be a good support mon. I don't know what we'd want to heal completely right now, actually. I'm trying to think, like, what deck is like, oh, I'm going to trade two-shot Warrior you in a way where, like, healing my board would make sense. But if there's ever a deck that, like, greatly benefits off of being healed or plays like a two-shot game, I think Dashbun could make its way into a deck as like a support Pokemon pretty easily. Like having a full heal or like a full Cheryl effect on a Pokemon is like, I think I've always said that a card that is a supporter effect that is not a supporter will see play at some point because of just the versatility of being able to do multiple things in one turn, like being able to go Dashbun into Iono or like Dashbun Countercatcher Iono. Like now you've done 3 things at once. You can go Dashbun Countercatcher, Reset Stamp even, and Research. That'd be kind of crazy, actually. So you can do a lot in one turn. Then we have Lacy. I didn't play the Academy game, so I don't know if she's like broken or something. But Lacy says, supporter, shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw 4 cards. Pretty mediocre. And if your opponent has 3, or if your prize cards, draw cards until you have 8 or less, or 8 in your hand instead. That actually seems pretty good, but the problem is like at 3 or fewer, I think Roxanne is just better at the moment because you go 6-2, you disrupt your opponent as well. Besides that, Lacy doesn't really like. I guess if there's a deck that doesn't really want to discard cards, like maybe Zard would want to play a copy of Lacy or something over Roxanne if you think like you want to combo out to end the game, as opposed to like Roxanning and disrupting your opponent. But I can't think of a scenario where like something like this is better than Roxanne or Iono at the current moment, besides like trying to end the game. But a lot of the time, like you are not the person who's like, oh, these extra 2 cards from my supporter are the cards that will end the game for me in a lot of those situations. So I don't know if it's really that good. New A spec, Giant Tree. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a stage 1 Pokemon that evolves from one of their basic and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it. If that Pokemon is now a stage 1, they search their deck for a stage 2 Pokemon that evolves from that Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it. Okay. Then that player shuffles their deck. You can't use this effect on basic Pokemon on your first turn or a basic Pokemon that was put into play this turn. So it's like rare candy from it's not rare candy. It's like a forced BTS from deck, and you have to play these stage 1s to make this work. And you can't do it on the turn a card was put down, so I can't go like Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot on the same turn, or Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard on the same turn. So you still have to have a buffer period of setup. And like maybe just like Arviting for Candy plus Guy is just better a lot of the time than going and getting Giant Tree, because I think there's only one reasonable way to search stadiums, and that's the new Chorus. Chorus' Scheme or whatever that card is. I think it's like a stadium and an energy. And if I'm playing Chorus' Scheme, my deck is like already inherently worse. By me going like Chorus is something, getting my attacker out, and then my opponent has to like also gets an access to Giant Tree. Like if my opponent ever puts this down against me and I'm just like playing a stage 1 on my deck, I'm just gonna look at them and be like, sick, dude. Dusk, like I'm just gonna like evolve up my board. Like you have not made a gigantic mistake. Like I don't know, like giving Bidoofs free barrels, giving certain decks free access is not good, I don't think. But I don't know, mediocre at best, I think. So nothing crazy here, but I think the Joltik and the Galvantula have a ton of potential. And yeah, we'll keep covering new cards as they come to the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys are having a good day, and peace out.